What's up, everybody? Welcome to the PixelPlay Sidequest, your bonus content here on YouTube. My name is Adam, aka CS Radical, joined as always, well, this week anyway, Chris, aka Jen and Chris. We're back to keep going on the Final Fantasy train. Not the Phantom train. We've already passed that. Sorry, you guys can go watch that video where the good stuff is, because this is about where it stops being fun.
Good segue. I like it.
Because we're at 12. 12 is the last one that I can say a lot of good things about.
Yeah, this is...
We'll get to 15, and I'll basically talk about Cindy and her short shorts for, like, most of that. But, like, otherwise, 12 is the last one where I have, like, a lot of good things to say.
Yeah. And is there any other NPCs even in 15? I don't even know. I think it's just Cindy by default.
Yeah. Iris.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Luna Freya, technically.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some guys I'm just forgetting, because most of the NPCs I can think off the top of my head were all women, because I think they were all like, well, it's a boy band game, so the only NPCs left will be women.
This is true. That is true.
But anyways, so let's just pull up the old Photoshop, and let's just get the first two out of the way. I don't think there's really any competition here. Male and female have to be Balthier and Han Solo and Chewie, right?
It is exactly Han Solo. I love that you use that reference. Yeah, that's exactly who I had too, Balthier and Fran. It is Han Solo and Chewbacca, but like girl Chewbacca. Much better version of Chewbacca. Let's also throw that out.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not a furry, so I was okay with this version a little bit more.
Yeah. They're absolutely the best characters. The Van and stuff, Ash or whatever her name is.
It's not to say that any of them are bad, but like there's just the clear like we're taking over every time we're on scene.
Yeah, like there was Bosch, I guess, and he was cool. But yeah, it's just these two, like, especially since they go together as like a team, like they're the standouts, just like Han Solo and stuff is in Star Wars, like huge standout.
Well, and both of their voice actors are tremendous.
Oh,
I mean, the voice acting in the game in general is one of the shining stars of it. But like those two especially, anytime they speak, you listen.
Mm-hmm.
Like Vaughn and Pinella are mostly there. Bosch has his moments, but he also has times where it's more like he's just grunt, like not the grunt, grizzly like veteran dude. Ash has her moments too when she gets really upset, like when the emotion turns up, she's in for it.
Yeah.
And then there's somebody I'm missing. Why am I forgetting somebody?
Did you say Penelope?
Oh, I did. Is it only 6? For some reason, my brain's thinking there were 7 party members.
No, I think it's only 6.
See, I played too many Final Fantasies. It all blends together after a while.
That's actually true.
But yeah, no, like anytime Fran speaks, it's like that. That's still one of the voices that I think stand out the most in any female actor that I've ever seen in a Final Fantasy game.
Absolutely.
I mean, Balthier also just has the charm to just kind of, you can't avoid it.
Yeah.
I mean, look, even if I wasn't a bisexual man, I think I'd still have a bit of a no homo vibe with Balthier. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. Yeah. From the moment they come out, and yeah, they're voice actors. The way they're written, just the characters in general are two of the most interesting and fun characters in the entire game. Like you love having them on your team and having them there. So yeah, fully agree.
I'm trying to remember what my final team generally was. I think I usually ran... I mean, Fran was definitely one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think how my final party went. Because I don't think there was necessarily, like, a right answer. Because you can kind of just put them in whatever box you want.
Yeah. Yeah, especially the Zodiac Age version. I think everybody could just become whatever you wanted them to be. They'd start off with, like, certain skills or whatever. Obviously, they made them do certain things, but...
I think it might have been Fran, Balthier, and Vaughn, because I'm like, well, Vaughn is technically Captain Bosch, so he's like 2 people.
Yeah, he's 2 people. Oh, I love it. Yeah, but that was actually my party, those 3.
Yeah. Let's move on to villain. I don't remember much of Vane to really have a solid opinion on him. I found that I ended up going with Gabranth because I felt Gabranth had way more memorable moments.
Yes. I also
it's a similar story of like he wasn't the main baddie, but he felt the most evil.
Yes, and he's the brother, right? Of
yeah, he's Bosch's brother.
Yeah, Bosch's brother.
He's the one that actually kills. What's Vaughn's brother's name? At the beginning.
I cannot remember his name,
but
but
oh my
yes,
God, it's gonna kill. I'm gonna have to look this up because it's gonna kill me. Rex, that's right. I knew it was like a
Rex.
Weird name.
Yeah. I also put Gabranth because Vane, is that his name? Yeah,
Vane.
He's just like, yeah, he's the villain, but he's so not memorable. Like there's something about him that
Gabranth is like Darth Vader, because we're going to keep on the Star Wars train. Gabranth is Darth Vader to Vane being Palpatine.
Yeah, exactly. God, this one was such a Star Wars movie here. It's insane. But yeah, I just love like the dynamic of it's like he's the one that killed Vaughn's brother. He's the brother of Bosch. He's got the cool like armor, like he's a judge and all that. I just found him to be like a much more interesting villain because there's like a lot of connections there where Vane or whatever, like he's just like not as memorable at all. I can't even remember what his reasoning was for like any of the stuff he did.
It's kind of the big thing that a lot of people will say about 12 is that you really don't remember much after the first half.
Yeah.
Because it just kind of all blends together, especially because if you're a completionist like the two of us are probably with that game, you spend so much time on the hunts, you kind of forget where the story was when you get back.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. The hunts were so good. And yes, I did do all of them.
Because of course you do. I mean, you also got espers to chase.
Yep.
But yeah, NPC is where it got tougher for me. Because originally I was like, oh, Larsa, that's a layup. And then I realized, no, Larsa's technically a party member, so it doesn't count.
Oh, true.
So the closest one I could think of, and this is purely off of cool factor. Do you remember Al Cid?
That's who I put. Yeah, I put Al Cid.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
100%. It's purely the cool factor, like
And that's
his
exactly why I
sick
pulled this
outfit
shot.
and everything. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I went with him. He's just such a
Also, the fact that this game had two separate Cids in it. This is peak Final Fantasy.
yeah.
Honestly.
They were just like, all right, let's take everything we love about Final Fantasy and double it.
And apparently that was just Cid. That was all.
It was just Cid. Yeah, it's actually the only thing they doubled. Yeah, but I just thought he was so cool. From the moment that guy came on screen with his sick outfit and stuff. And
He's not there very long, but like,
yeah,
you don't forget him.
no, because as soon as I was thinking of the characters, he popped into my head. He was the first one immediately. I was like, yeah, that's the one.
Mm-hmm. This I think is the toughest one.
Yeah, it gets hard
Summon.
from here.
Because the problem with summons is, if I'm being honest, you don't really use them much in this game in comparison.
No.
And by that logic, I kind of lean more to the design factor on this one.
Okay.
More than anything else. I mean, that's kind of mostly how I've done this anyway, but more so in like I couldn't even tell you which was the more powerful ones, other than I think Zodiark, because it's the last one you did.
Yeah.
But like, I went purely off of what I thought was the coolest looking one, and I went with Zolera, which is the one that looks like death.
Yes. Oh, I like that one. You know what? I'm good with going with that answer because I put Zodiark only because it's like the most powerful one and like one of the hardest battles in the game.
Because
But
like Zolera has similar vibes to what Anima was for us in our last video, because
yes.
it's like he looks so unlike most things that you actually end up seeing.
Yeah, it was a very, very cool one. Yeah, I like that. I want to go with that. Yeah, because I was like, I guess, because I'm going to be honest, I don't really like the summons in this game very much.
I'll say this. I think they have some of the best designs in any Final Fantasy game. Mm-hmm. They just have no usage, so you kind of forget about them.
Yeah, like what's the point of bringing, like, it's like you bring one into battle, but you lose your two party members. And it's just like not very enjoyable. I really like the music that starts up once you summon them. But that's about it. And it kind of sucks that they took all the summons that are known in Final Fantasy, instead just went with like the Zodiac signs or whatever they were doing for these ones. Or I don't know. Like it was a whole new set. It was almost like going into a Pokemon game and none of the original ones are there and they're all new. I was like, I don't know any of these. Like this is Final Fantasy XII. I've spent 10
they try to
games.
throw in and be like, here's Zeramis, and I'm like, it's not.
Oh yeah, that they threw that in, and it's no, because they've done that in other games. It's like 10 had the three sisters that were from Final Fantasy
Mega
IV,
Sisters.
but they actually were cool, and it kind of looked like them. They threw in Zeramis, and I was very excited when I saw that in this game. I'm like, oh, cool! It's the final boss of Final Fantasy IV, and you see it, and it's like, that's not Zeramis.
Yeah, it's not quite what you're looking for.
No, not at all. So, yeah, I do like the design though. I do like the design.
Yeah. Because there's I will say, like, there's other cool designs, like Kukalainen stands out to me, Adramelech, even some of the later ones like Zodiark, like I said earlier. Chaos has a pretty good one too. Like, there's a lot of really good designs. It's just Apart from Zodiac, if I could tell you which ones were the best ones, I don't know. I never used them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, moving on. Best overall song. I only have one thing stand out because I didn't want to cheap out and say just the Final Fantasy intro because that rendition in 12 is pretty good.
Yeah.
I ended up just going with I think the title is Streets of Rabanastre.
Oh, yes. That's a really, really good one. Yeah. I also had like as my runner up the Final Fantasy theme, Final Fantasy 12 edition, because I didn't know what to call it. But I had a song called Room of White. It's just an emotional song that plays. I think it's when Van's explaining the death of his brother to somebody. But the Streets of Rabanastre, that's such good music. Oh my gosh. Like that's some of the best music for walking around. It's such a good song because it feels like Final Fantasy 12, but it also does kind of give some feelings of Final Fantasy Tactics to me. Like
it also does a little bit of like MMO music. Like that's the thing too. Yeah. I mean, the game was kind of almost designed like a single player MMO, and the music kind of reflects that too because none of it like really stands out. It's more just really good like atmospheric music.
That's an issue kind of. Like if you like atmospheric music, this game is perfect.
This is where it kind of starts in the soundtrack where they start getting away from being like really catchy tunes.
Yeah. But you know what? Streets of Rabanastre, I love that. I'm just humming it in my head right now, and I would love to actually go with that as our overall song.
Then that's what I will do.
Yeah.
I was about to coin flip, and then you said that, and I'm like, well, never mind. I don't got to do shit.
No, it's because once you said it, I just was like, oh, yeah. It's just because for me, it's like, is the song memorable? You know, does it get stuck in your head? Does it make you feel things, you know? And
well,
that's
my logic was it's the only one that I remember. That was my reason for picking it.
I remember this. I remember the Final Fantasy theme. I remember the Esper theme, like when you call them, which I thought was really cool and epic. And
actually, that's a lie. I remember 3 songs: that, the Final Fantasy rendition, and the Victory, because they had a rendition of that too.
Yes, yeah. And then that Room of White song. That is a very good song. If anybody's listening, go find the Room of White song. It's on Spotify and stuff. Really, really emotionally strong song as well.
So I cheated for the boss.
Okay.
Or fight song, I should say.
Yep.
Because they kind of just redo Battle of the Big Bridge.
That's actually my backup. I was like, well, there's 2 songs I really like, and one of them is Battle on the Big Bridge, 100%. It's such a good version of it. Like, how can you not? So I think we'll actually end up going with that one because we both have that on our list. I think that kind of wins by default.
Because honestly, like, I listened to some of the other fight songs, and I'm like, eh.
Yeah, it's unfortunately there's not a lot of great ones in this.
I would say this is probably the weakest game in the series in terms of battle music.
100%. The song I had chose as my other one was Life and Death, which is the song from when you fight Gabranth, which I thought is just very strong and powerful because of, obviously, it kind of goes with the character and everything that's going on with it, Bosch, Von, all that kind of stuff, right? Lots of connections there. But Battle on the Big Bridge, like that's iconic. And it kind of sucks because in order for music to stand out in this game, it's kind of like how the Final Fantasy theme is great, but it's reused music, and it's because the original music in this is more ambiance. But then they pull out Battle on the Big Bridge or the Final Fantasy theme, and it actually feels like a purposely made song. But it's like
it feels like a moment.
Yeah, it feels like a moment, but it's just reused music. So it kind of sucks that's what's being chosen, but whatever, it works.
I mean, that's our cop out.
Yeah.
I feel like this is probably the closest we have to another obvious one, the best boss fight. I went with that demon wall from Wraithfall's Tomb because it was such a cool moment.
I'm glad you went with that. Yeah, I also went with it.
I figured like we were both going to be like in the same boat on that because it's just one of those fights that it's like you remember for the wrong reasons. It scares the shit out of you because you're not ready for it.
Yeah, it's 100%. And I would just immediately when I saw it for the first time, I had no idea. Obviously, you know, this was before you'd read way too much or see too much on YouTube about a game before you play it. And when it showed up, it took me completely by surprise, and immediately I thought of Final Fantasy IV and the Demon Wall, and I'm like, I'm fucked. This is the part of the game where it fucks me.
I mean, you're kind of right. Most people do fail at the first time.
I did. I died to the first time, and then I went and I did a little bit of leveling and a little bit of this and that. Nothing too crazy, not like where I had to go for hours on end, but I went for maybe like 45 minutes, beefed up a bit of characters, learned a couple skills or something I thought would be helpful for that fight specifically, and then went back and killed it, and I felt real good because a part of me also defeated the demon wall of Final Fantasy IV that destroyed me as a child when I finally beat this one. It's such a good fight.
Yeah, for sure. I think we probably continue on what we said earlier with Best Town in City, because I'm still in the same boat of Rabanastre being
100%.
the lead here.
Yeah, it's the most lively, cool city. It's actually like fully fleshed out.
It feels like your starter town in Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah, it does. That's what's crazy. It's like they took what they kind of started in Final Fantasy XI and clearly went with the MMO route. But yeah, it's like such a crazy, it's huge. It feels like it's full of life. It never feels like just, like, oh, there's a bunch of NPCs here. Yeah, this is just like a town. It actually like has a real vibe to it. Like it does seem like a place that
it's one of the very few towns in any Final Fantasy game that actually feels like a home.
It's a home.
I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly. Yeah. It's alive. And I just love it. It's such a good city in a game. In
Like
Final
the closest
Fantasy.
I thought of as a backup was Iriute Village, which is where Fran and Naviera are.
Yeah, I think of that one too. Just because it's like, I mean, it's like her being Chewbacca, but also I guess the Ewoks, going to the Ewok village, Star Wars reference. But her place is really cool too. But I think Rabanastre just like takes a cake. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it really does feel like your starter town in an MMO. It really just has that like perfect feel of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the size.
Because I mean, even Chris, you would know because you're a big 14 guy. What's the name of the desert city, one of the starter spots?
Oh, I can't remember the name of it, but I love the music at nighttime there. Oh.
I'll help you out. Starter towns. Because it's not Littens. Oh, it's Ulda.
Oh, yes.
Because Gridania is like the foresty one. Limsa, Laminza is the more like a port side one.
Yes. Oh, I love the music from that one. 14 has incredible music. Holy crap.
It's a shame that I haven't played enough of that to really have it even be worthwhile.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was any MMO in the series that I could have gotten a shot at, because I've got like a character up to like level 60 in the free version, but like I never got deep enough to really have an opinion on most of it. So
Yeah. Oh, it's such a good MMO. It's so good. It's like one of the best Final Fantasies in the last.
yeah,
forever.
I mean, I will say like as much as I didn't put as much time into it, mostly because I didn't have people to play with, like I still enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I always talk about getting back into it because I have the expansions. I just backlog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last but not least, best dungeon. I kind of just went to the same well because the Demon Wall fight was so memorable to me, but also the location of the Tomb of King Wraithwall was so cool that I kind of just leaned to that.
I like that. I actually was torn between two, but this one's going to win by default because one of my two was the Tomb of
Because
Wraithwall.
it's like, it's this tomb literally in like a crevice in a mountain. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
It is very, very cool. It gives very the Last Crusade.
Well, and it also has the vibe of like, oh, this is how dungeons in Super Nintendo versions of the games look like, except now we have a reason for there being the walls around it rather than it just being the limitation of the map.
Yeah, that is true. But it is a great one. I love that one. It's got obviously the Demon Wall fight, and it's also
What was your other one?
my other one is the Pharaohs of Ridorana, I think is how you say it. That was one that you went to, I think, for a hunt. But I liked the setting on the outside. It was like a tower on the edge of a waterfall.
Oh, yeah, that place. I was
Yeah.
like, I fucking remember this
Yeah,
one.
so that was more of a tower where you're like constantly climbing and possibly dying and all that kind of good stuff. But I chose it because I just remember going to that one, and I think there's like a brief little cutscene or something right before you'd get to it or go into it.
See, I wouldn't have never picked that one because the way that dungeon layout is, I fucking hated it.
Yeah, I
With
purely.
all the elevators and shit.
Oh yeah, the reason I chose it is literally just the aesthetic of the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is actually this is a really good list here that I'm looking back on this.
Well, and it's also one that it's like, or a lot of its standouts, no, but I think it's a case of like, 12 is again, as we said, kind of like the last bastion of like Final Fantasy still being what we thought it was.
Yeah.
Before Square decided it needed to evolve into something, well, I guess what they considered more modern. And then we all went, but modern JRPGs kind of suck.
Yeah.
And still kind of do, because most of my favorite ones are still the old school turn-based ones. And it's not even like it's what I grew up with. there's some action RPGs that I like a lot. I mean, look at Yakuza, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But most of them don't do it right.
No.
And Square has still not figured out how to do them.
Yeah, Square is also obviously honestly one of the worst when it comes to the action RPG style. Yeah.
And they've shown with games like fucking Octopath that they still know.
Oh yeah, like they're really good at those. They've done like triangle strategy and stuff, along with obviously remasters of
Even
old
what was that?
RPGs.
What was that weird like small indie one that they did? I Am Setsuna, I think it was.
Setsuna, yeah, that was a really good one. I mean the game was a little. It felt more indie with its art style and everything like that, but it was still really well done. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it does get to a point, and we'll probably talk about it when we slog through 13.
Yeah,
that's
going to be tough.
12 for its faults, because, I mean, look, like, it's the first game that wasn't an MMO that they still straight off the turn-based combat. If this was how they made Final Fantasy games for the rest of time, I think I would have been okay with it.
Yes.
Because I don't actually mind the sort of MMO style system. I actually like the gambit system a lot because you could really tinker with it. It's like there was some good with that. The second they moved to action combat, I went,
no.
You guys don't know what you're doing. Actually, that's a lie. They didn't even go to action combat. They went to watch a movie combat, which is what 13 was.
Yeah, it was more of a management game.
I mean, even with 7 Remake, like, look, I like 7 Remake a lot. I still don't think that combat is great.
No.
It's just passable enough that you're willing to get through it because the story and the characters are so fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah. This game is definitely... 12 is the one where it feels like it did everything good. It just has very few, like,
it's like B's across the board.
Yeah.
There's not really an A anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. There's very few standout moments with it. The music, the characters, the story.
What's a standout moment in that game? And I'm like, well, apart from the demon wall.
Yeah, there's not as many. Like, there's some interactions with the characters, and obviously you have to fight Gabrant and stuff like that. But even then, I remember playing through it, and I was losing track of who people were and why it was happening. It's all like, the young kid is trying. He's like, you got to stop my brother. Like, he's bad, and he's gonna take over. It's like one emperor and the emperor's little brother. Like, I don't know. It just.
I'm sure the hardcores could come up with something. I legitimately can't think of like the one, oh, this is clearly the biggest moment. Like there might be a bunch of things that I'm like, they're all on par with each other, but I can't think of like the one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think you said it correct when it's like this is a B across the board. Like it just feels good. It feels nice, but nothing stands out. And the music is probably the easiest way to describe it. All of the music in the game is good. Like I can't think of a single song in it where I'm like, this is bad, but it all just kind of blends together as this ambiance for different locations, without having those songs that stand out like a One-Winged Angel or something, right? Like it just doesn't have it.
And even just moment wise, just going back to that too, like I think similarly, there's a lot of good stuff like Vaughn, for how everybody makes fun of him. He is the guy that pretty much brings everybody back together.
Oh,
he's like their glue.
Yeah.
So he has moments where like when he's talking with Ash to try to talk her down before she, trying to kill people and stuff, and getting the elders at Erie Village to actually, get their shit together. Sort of like it's him that kind of brings a lot of stuff together. And it seems like that are good. There isn't that moment though that stands out. It's just, again, it's like, the voice acting is so really good, but like they aren't given like the best possible material. They're just they're making chicken shit work.
Yes. They are given just a normal, safe B-level, set of a script basically. They don't get a lot of chances to shine. And it's crazy because this is some of the best voice acting in a Final Fantasy. And they never got
You
to
could even
shine.
say it still is, honestly.
I honestly would still say it is. Besides Ben Starr in 16, because Ben Starr is my favorite.
But alas, we will talk about the failures when we get to 13 and 15 to cap it off. But for now, that's going to do it for this one. So take care. Actually, I almost didn't do the spiel. Ooh, how terrible of me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You got the link tree there at the bottom. Oh, no. Yeah, it is at the bottom of your screen. I'm looking at a recording screen, and it's not there because we're not using the same software. I haven't edited this yet. Good Lord, brain. It's a Monday. We're recording on a Monday, and I'm out of sorts right now.
Yes.
But anyways, you guys know the drill, so comment below if you got any opinions. There's something that we missed, especially on the moment-wise. Guys, what's your favorite moment from 12 that, we're not thinking of? Because like I said, there's a bunch of them here and there. I just can't think of the one that's like the shining star. So if you guys can think of one, go put it in the comments below. Would appreciate that too. But anyways, we will see you on the next one. We get to 13, where it's going to be not a lot of hope and a lot more fire.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Anyways, take care. Bye-bye for now.